The possessions being seized was really never discussed. I was probably as unaware as anyone about this whole story until the middle of my 20s, I would say, and onward. But prior to that, it really wasn't brought up. My name is Bettina Burr, and my grandparents were Baron and Baroness Alphonse de Rothschild. This exhibit is about the family pieces that had been previously part of my grandfather's collection, inherited from his uncle. And after the Nazi Anschluss of Austria, they were taken away. Many of the treasures were destined for the museum that Hitler was going to build in Linz, Austria. My grandparents were actually in London when the German army crossed into Austria on the 12th of March in 1938. And my grandmother brought a good part of her jewelry. Some, of course, was left in Vienna at the house, but the pieces that are in the exhibition escaped falling into the Nazis' hands. This is a portrait of my grandmother, Clarice de Rothschild. She was an imposing lady, as she wishes to be shown, but she was my granny, and I adored her, and as is the case with grandmothers, I think, she adored her grandchildren. After the war, when the Allies recovered the objects in the salt mines, the pieces were returned not to the individuals, but to the country from which they had originated. And so they went back to Austria. What the Austrians wanted to keep for Austria, the family had to leave behind for the nation. And so for the next 50 years, these objects were firmly embedded in the museums in Austria. In 1998, my mother was able to recover them. I'm hopeful that people might look at the works and realize that they are works of great beauty, of great artistry, and find some enjoyment in that experience.